Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Irvon Plummer with the Irvon Plummer Show, and I am elated to welcome another friend to the show. It is none other than the clarity strategist herself, Victoria T. Curry. You guys are in for a treat. Come on back. It's the Irvon Plummer Show. So, hey, what's
Hey,
going on, Victoria?
hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to
Listen,
be here.
I think I'm more excited to you. So, what's been going on? What's new? What's going on with Victoria these days?
Child, a lot. I feel like it's been a lot going on. It's been
Hmm.
very busy, but it's been a good time. It's a good time in my life.
Okay.
hmm
What would you describe as the good time? Because I know
This
there has been, some things
this has
going
been
on.
been lifing.
Life been lifing.
Life is still lifing, but I think this is just a time of my becoming. I feel
Okay.
like I'm learning who I am, the new Victoria. Refined. So I'm enjoying getting to know this Victoria.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm excited to get to know this Victoria too, guys. I've known Victoria for a long
long
time.
time.
We've been friends a long time. So
Mm-hmm.
it's great to see, her becoming to the new, I wouldn't even say new, the renewed, the
Renewed.
refreshed
Yes.
Victoria. So yeah, let's start. So you are a pastor, of course, and you are also a principal.
I am.
So how is that leading the people and leading kids? Like, how does that work?
So one thing I want to, I'm not a senior pastor, but
Not a
I
senior.
am
Okay.
an associate pastor at my father's church, New Birth Baptist Church
Woo
in
woo.
Miami. Woo woo. And so I do lead people, have been
Hmm.
doing it for a very long time. And then I've been an educator now. This is my 18th year in
Wow.
education. Started from the bottom, now I'm
Now we're
here.
here. Yes.
I've kind of done everything except for janitorial work, but yeah, being a principal has been fun. This is my second year, school year, and it's been challenging.
Okay.
I'm learning a lot about myself and my leadership style and the way that I like to lead. I'm learning so much about just how to educate children, especially in a Christian environment because
Right.
it's a private school. And so, yeah, it's been a good work. It's a lot of long days, but it's good. It's good. I'm
Okay.
enjoying it.
I love that. So yeah, I come from the education field too.
Yes.
I'm not as extensive as Victoria, but when we see the kids of this time compared to us growing up, what is the first thought that comes to mind?
There's such an apathy. Like these kids don't like school. They
Yeah.
don't want to learn.
Hmm.
Our generation, the millennials, we couldn't wait to go to school.
We couldn't.
I mean, clothes laid out the night before.
Yes, indeed. Was
You and your
excited.
yes, you and your friends like, okay, meet me
Hmm.
on this by this
Right.
classroom because I got something to tell you. It was just like we were excited to go, even if it wasn't to do the work, but
Right.
at least we're gonna see our friends, we're gonna have fun. And it's like these kids, nothing
They hate it.
excites them. Nothing.
This is I was telling a colleague of mine, this is a generation of Crocs. That's
Yes.
all they want to wear to school. Crocs and hoodies and stuff. Granted, we
Yeah, we
we
had our
dressed
moment.
down. We had our
Yeah.
moments, but we appreciated the education system.
Yes.
We
Yes.
wanted to go to school. We wanted to see our favorite teacher,
I know.
So
Yeah. Nothing impresses these children. You know, back in the day when your teacher rolled in that television with the
mhm.
VCR, like there were things to look
And you
forward to.
smelled the slightly burnt popcorn.
It was always slightly
It's just
burnt.
slightly burnt.
But I don't know. These kids, it takes so much. So educating them is forcing me to kind of at our school, I take it back to the basics.
Mhm.
We don't have technology at our school.
Okay.
They're not allowed to have phones.
Okay.
We use tablets every once in a while. But it's like old school pen, paper, take out the book, turn to page 43,
Mhm.
and let's get to work. So I'm finding that they're learning how to play again. I was so
Mm.
shocked that these kids did not know how
Know
to
how to play.
play. They don't know how to play. And it's been a joy to see them learn how to play. And yeah, education is so different now, but
It sure is.
yeah.
So, as an educator, how do you deal? with the parents? Because it's been a saying since, like, my mom used to say it, kids raising kids. How
Hmm.
how do you go about doing that?
Well, I'm grateful. I have some great parents, but I do have parents that what I find is that parents are coddling.
Yeah, gentle
Um
parenting.
oh, the gentle
I hate it.
parenting is like, shake them, do
Listen,
something.
you gotta shake, you gotta pinch under
Gotta
that arm
pinch
right here.
something. It's like, okay, I get it. They have a voice and you want them to have some type of voice, but sometimes we needed to be snatched up by the
Mm-hmm.
throat.
Listen,
And
two chops to the throat.
like,
Two chops to the throat. Now go sit
man,
down.
listen and go sit down and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't pick what you getting for
No.
dinner, and you don't
Mm-mm.
get to make all these
Mm-mm. You go eat
decisions.
these
And
black eyed peas. You're
exactly.
not getting pizza.
Listen. And so I find that the parents, I'm like, yeah, I said no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. And they're not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of me saying to parents, like, hey, let me help you out here. They need to hear you say no to them
Yeah.
because the world's going to tell them no. And they're going to be in a rude, in for a rude awakening if they never hear no before. Like,
Definitely.
they need discipline. And they're like, well, they don't do this at home. How did you get them to do it? Because we're disciplining
Mm-hmm.
them, not beating them, but yeah, you have rules and
Mhm.
regulations.
I'm
So,
even so old school to where if I'm driving and I see a little kid not
oh,
in that
yeah.
seatbelt, I'm rolling that window down. Sit down. them little,
Oh, my
them little,
friends laugh at
excuse me,
me.
them little white kids.
Oh, my friends laugh at me all the time because I'm in the store like, where's your mama?
Right.
Go find her now.
Go find your mom.
Why are you playing up and down the aisle? Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm that. I'm that.
yeah,
So we are the unks and aunties now.
I've accepted it.
I've come to the conclusion that I have no choice.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I got called Unc the other day for the first time, other than my nephews and stuff. And it sent me back. I was like, Unc.
yeah.
I was like, I am a bro. I'm
Mm-mm.
a big bro.
No,
No, they said no.
I'm
You
auntie.
are Unc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it hurt my feelings. I would never forget. I went back to FAMU, shout out to FAMU Rattlers,
Okay.
for homecoming, and all I heard was, "Hey, auntie, oh, you cute, auntie." I was like, "Oh." I didn't know what to do. I was like, "Oh, okay." But then my daughter, who is a
Hmm.
freshman in college, she was
Okay.
like, Mom, you have a child in college? Yes, you're auntie." And I was like, "You're right.
Hmm.
Okay." So I accept it. But I'm cute. I'm fly.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah. I try to, be the fly auntie.
So Victoria is my fine friend. That's
Thank
how I greet her.
you. That's how you always tell me. I like to be fine,
I
y'all.
know that's right. Speaking of being fine, so we know, I don't know if it's recent, but about a few years ago, you went through a divorce.
Yes, 2.5 years
Two and a
ago.
half years ago.
Hmm.
What do you think the divorce did for you?
The divorce, it did a lot. The divorce taught me that I can choose myself.
I love that.
Yeah, I think being a pastor's kid, um, and the type of pastor kid that I was, where
Hmm.
my father was so popular, kind
Right.
of polarizing, you had to go with the flow.
Yeah.
Whatever the family agenda was, the family
You had
agenda
to be
was.
there.
There was no conversation about you're not coming to the pastoral anniversary,
Mm-mm.
even though it's the 17th service
Of the day.
of that day. Who cares? You're tired and hungry.
Mm-mm.
So if you live like that your whole life, you kind of are conditioned to kind of go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of who I was all the way up until
Mm.
divorce. And I
Okay.
made the decision to divorce my husband then. And that was such a defining moment. Like, no, I am choosing myself for the first
Mm-hmm.
time, no matter what people think, no matter what the church people gonna say. I'm choosing what's best for me. And so it really taught me, like, oh yeah, you can choose yourself. You can make hard decisions. You can stand on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And it was liberating. I know I don't condone divorce. For those that are listening, I'm not condoning it. But for me, it was liberating.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would you tell someone who is in that stage of decision? Like, do I file? Do I not file? Do I stick it through?
Yeah. So I like to tell people my decision to divorce was a 4-year process.
Okay.
A lot of times when a person, not everyone, but most times when a person, when you hear like, oh, they have filed, they're going through divorce. It did not just happen that day,
Right.
that week. I wavered back and forth because it's a really hard decision. It's life changing. We had a house, we had assets, we had, joint things.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter was there, his daughter was there. We had family ties. Our families joined and really became one.
Yeah.
And it was a very tough decision. And so what I would say to the person is the best thing I ever did was I got quiet.
Mm.
I got quiet for 4 months. I fasted, I prayed, I got quiet. I didn't talk to a lot of people. I didn't go a lot of places. I didn't ask for a lot of opinions. It was just me, my therapist, and God for 4 months. I will never forget it, in 2024. And I was able to make the decision. So I would say get quiet, because when you are trying to figure out what to do, because if God told me to stay, I would have stayed.
Right.
But God didn't tell me that. And so God released me from that situation. But I wouldn't have known and been clear about my decision if I didn't get quiet. Because
Mm.
family, they will tell you a whole bunch of stuff. Friends, you have all these people and opinions in your ear, and you got to make this decision
For
for you.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would really tell that person, get quiet. Really sit with yourself. If you aren't in therapy, get in therapy.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people wait until something tragic happens to get in therapy, but the therapist is really there to do life with you and walk you through. So my therapist, thank God, was there to kind of lead me
Mm-hmm.
into a place where I can be strong enough to make a decision.
So would you say in the quietness, is that where you found your healing?
Yes, that was the start of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still healing. Excuse me. I'm still healing. Um, yeah, it's a process. I know it's been 2.5 years, but there are things that come up and I'll be like, oh, yeah, I might need to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm still healing, but it was like an awakening. I would
Okay.
say that quiet was like, okay. It allowed me to start imagining life without that person
Mm-hmm.
and being okay with it.
Right.
Where before I was like, I can't do that. I can't imagine. And then it got me to a place like, yeah,
You can
you're
do
going to be
this.
all right. You're going to be all right.
That's a great song. Yeah.
You're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about relationships now.
Yes.
You have an amazing friend group.
I do.
You and your girls. It's you name it. I don't.
It's okay. So I have it's Mishu, Mimi, Ava, Loretta. We call ourselves, did I say Ava? Yeah.
Yes.
Mishu, Mimi, Loretta, Ava, and myself. We call ourselves the sisters who travel and eat,
Yes.
because that's what we do. And then I have what I call like my core four, and they don't, except for Amber, they don't live in South Florida.
Okay.
So I have Amber, Tashay, and Shakia. So
Okay.
those are like my girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
So what started y'all traveling? Because I've seen y'all have been all over the world
We
together.
have.
And I always check in. I hope y'all having fun, because it's like, y'all, let me tell you, they be eating some delicious looking food. Y'all was just at what island was that you were at?
Was it St. Martin for my birthday?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, for your birthday.
Mhm.
How was that?
It was amazing. So it kind of started with me, Mishu, and Mimi. We spent like 2 years just going to conferences.
Okay.
Because at the time we were kind of like really serious about our walk with God, and we were just going to these church conferences.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in all different cities. We weren't just choosing like the local church. We were going to everywhere. New York,
Mm-hmm.
everywhere there was a conference. And then that kind of just started like, now let's just go on a
Right.
trip, And so one year or a couple of years, I don't know, we've been so many places where every single person's birthday in the group, we went on a trip.
Wow.
It was expensive, but it was so much fun. So like everybody came together, and so as a group, we pay for the person whoever's birthday it is.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so they come on the trip and enjoy, and we celebrate them. Yeah.
That's kind of how me, Brittany, and the Shaylee
Yeah.
do. we travel together a lot.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody's schedule has to,
Right.
make sense. But
Yes.
we kind of do that, and it's so much fun when you travel with people who really know and understand you, because you
Yes.
can travel with anybody. Hey, let's go out of town. Let's do this. But it takes a real person to, like you said, pay for everything for you, and
Yes.
that's a real friendship.
It is. And this can't happen with everyone.
Yeah.
We have had people to join us on different trips and they haven't joined us anymore. Not because we don't like them, but everyone doesn't fit the dynamic to
Mm-hmm.
travel with. And because we're very much so, we came together, we leave together.
Mm-hmm.
And no one is ego tripping.
Right.
Everyone is there, whatever the itinerary is, we wanted to make it special for whoever
Mm-hmm.
we're celebrating, or we just want to go and relax. And so, yeah, if you are not trying to do that, then you probably won't go on a trip with us again.
And then at the end of the day, everybody can't go,
Everybody can't
because
go.
if it don't mesh like the right way,
Yes,
there's no
it
need for
can
you to be
ruin.
on that trip.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we are girls. So
Right.
if you're not trying to have fun and get dressed, if you're not clean, like
Say that again.
if you're not clean, eh, people would be so shocked that on these trips we're taking 2 and 3 showers a day. Like we're the clean girls. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we were outside. We're not getting in the bed dirty. Like those little things. eh,
Now, for me, I know I'm a clean person, but when it comes to that room in the Airbnb, Shayla and Brittany don't bother me. It's a storm in there.
Okay.
So, but I'm a clean
No,
person. Yeah.
when I say, of course, we're girls, so it's makeup, hair, wigs, shoes. But I'm just saying, like being a clean person, we're very big on
Hygiene.
cleanliness, and having fun. Like just knowing how to
Cleanliness is
chill.
next to godliness.
Listen,
I don't know where that's at
I
in the
don't
Bible.
know, but I believe it.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's talk about the amazingness of just being who you are.
You
So,
think I'm amazing?
I know
Come
you're
on,
amazing.
Irvin. I appreciate that.
So, Victoria 2026, where do you see yourself going? What is one goal you have?
One of the goals that I have is to take a solo trip. And most people are like, girl, I been did that. For me, I'm working towards that.
Hmm.
This is the first year that I've ever lived alone.
Okay.
I've always had a sibling. I've always had a roommate in college, and then I got pregnant at 21. So I've been a mom.
Right.
So then I got married. Then I come back, and she goes away to college because I only have one. And so this is my first time living alone. And so I've never done the solo thing. And so now, for the last, I don't know how long it's been, I'm just learning how to appreciate my own company, be by myself. And so my goal is to take a really good solo trip.
Okay. Out of state, out of country.
Oh, no, I don't want to go out of country. I'm not there yet.
They see you lost in
Oh
Mexico.
Lord, all the horror stories though. I want to go to Arizona, somewhere like a retreat,
Mhm.
somewhere really nice. And then I'm working my way up to out of the country.
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
friend, you might be disappointed, but I don't even have a passport.
Yeah.
I don't even have a passport. Brittany has her passport. She got it a couple of years ago, and she has been fussing with me since.
Come on.
I'm gonna get
It has to happen this year.
It has to happen because
Yeah, we can't do that.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's time.
she might be in Dubai. She might be in Kazakhstan.
Listen, you got to figure it out.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. You got to get a passport.
yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Come on,
I'ma
come on,
get it.
friend.
I'm gonna report back to y'all.
Yeah, please do, because that's unacceptable. Got to get one.
Okay.
Mhm.
I take that. Now, clarity strategist.
Yay!
I love that. You were actually live today.
I was.
I tuned in a little bit.
Thank you.
So, what exactly is a clarity strategist? Tell the people.
So the crazy part about this is I've been doing this work since I was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny when I actually came out and said that I'm the clarity strategist. One of my middle school friends was like, "Girl, you've been doing this since middle school." And what that was is at an early age, I knew that God had given me the gift of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say wisdom, I mean God, somebody will tell me something and I knew how to get that person to get to the other side of whatever they were dealing with. Um, and so I would be in middle school and girls would come and be like, "This is what's going on at home and what should I do?" I'm like, "No, this is how you handle this."
Right.
And so I've been kind of doing the work for many, many years. At one point I got certified in life coaching and I was doing soul coaching because God really wanted me to deal with the soul. And I'm still doing that. I'm just kind of basically calling it clarity because one of the biggest things that I found over the years of talking to people,
Mm-hmm.
helping people, is that people are confused.
Yeah.
People are stuck in what was, or people get to a place in any decision making where they just don't know what to do next.
Right.
People don't understand the season that they're in, so they'll operate in different ways because they don't know what season they're in. And so every time I talk to someone and I'm like, "Oh, you're in the season of restoration, but you're still acting like you're building,"
Mm.
your behavior is saying that you're building something, but you really need to be resting. God
Yeah.
is trying to pour into you. And so then it'll be like, "Oh, that's why this is going on." And so all I did was simply package it. God said, "I'm ready for you to do this work on a bigger scale." And so I've just packaged it in a way where you can basically set up and call, and we have clarity calls, and we just work through a framework that God gave me literally in a dream.
Okay.
And I just kind of walk people through whatever it is that they're going through, whether it is relationships, business, ministry. I've worked with parents on just how to deal with children. I work with men on job decisions
Mm-hmm.
and pivoting, and it could be a gamut of different things. So, yeah,
You mentioned building when you're supposed to be resting.
yeah.
Can you tell us how dangerous that is?
Oh, my goodness. So, in Ecclesiastes, it talks about the different seasons. There's a time to be happy. There's a time to be sad. There's a time to read, all the things in Ecclesiastes. All the theologians out there. I don't know the specific, but it's there. Um, and so God began to have me study the different seasons of life.
Mm-hmm.
And with each season, there's a language or a behavior that you have that accompanies it. So if you're in a building season, you are in the mind frame of you got to move quick. This is a time to execute.
Right.
So, for example, if I'm building a new business, I can't take 30 days to decide on which logo I'm going to go with. You're going to miss out on so much because you need to pick that logo,
Right.
put it up and keep it moving. And then if you're in a season of, you mentioned like restoration or any other season, the season of transition, the season of waiting, the season of where God rips a bunch of things from your life. I'm fumbling the word here, but whatever season you're in requires a different set of behaviors from you.
Okay.
And if you are operating in the wrong, if you're behaving in the wrong way in a season, then it will cause a lot of confusion. For example, when I moved here, I was in a season of transition. After divorce, clearly I'm in a season of transition. So many different things are shifting in my life. But because of where I came from, I was still behaving as if I was building,
Mm.
and I wasn't. Now, when you're transitioning, you have to slow down and listen so God can tell you the next step so that you can pay attention. So, what happened was because I was building and moving so fast, I was making a lot of mistakes.
Okay.
A lot of mistakes financially, a lot of mistakes with my friends, a lot of mistakes with my daughter and how I'm communicating with her because I'm moving so fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took for me to kind of hit rock bottom a little bit, for God to kind of shake my shoulders for me to go, "Oh, okay, I'm not in that season no
Mm-hmm.
more." So now my behavior has to change. I got to slow down. When you're in transition, you got to listen like, "Okay, nope, we're not doing that right now. We're resting this week. Oh, next week we have this to do." And it really transformed my life. And so that's what I do. I help people to first identify the season they're in, and then teach them the behaviors that coincide with that, and then actually help them to make decisions that they don't want to make.
Mm.
Hmm.
So, speaking about making decisions you don't want to make, so with your clients, how hard is it to get them to make those decisions?
Um,
Because I know for me, I can be very hard headed, especially if I know I want to do something. Like, no, I'm going to do it. If I
mhm,
fail, if it breaks, if the walls fall down, I'll deal with the repercussions later.
mhm.
So how do you deal with
And
those?
how has that worked for you?
Honestly, sometimes it works out perfectly
Uh huh.
because it's like, okay, took a risk. There's no reward without a risk.
Right.
And then there are some times where it's like, my mom used to say this term, "Bama Lamma Lamb." So
Mm.
that basically means like everything done fell apart. And I hit a lot of Bama Lamma Lamb seasons.
That's why I asked, how's it working for you?
So
There
yeah.
are there are moments in your life where you have to. I mean, every like you said, you have to take the risk. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because there is no reward without the risk. But there are also times where it's not the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in the mind frame of I'm just gonna do it anyway, it costs you more than it's worth.
Yeah. That's that's even talking about this, like even with this podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted to start this like 2 years ago.
Right.
Actually, it's been longer than that because I remember mentioning it to
Yes.
you
Yes.
about doing a partnership,
Yes.
and we after that one conversation, we never talked about it again.
Right.
Just move forward, with life and things like that, and it just came about to where you know it happened,
Mm-hmm.
and everything has been lining up. So I know that seasons and everything are definitely important. Like for example, I did this premiere event down here called Push Summit.
Mm-hmm.
I did it for 5 years straight, and I was going to do it again, and then I heard the Holy Spirit say, "Don't do it again for another 5 years." And I was like, "What?" So I tried to do it. It
Mm-hmm.
did not work. Couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get no sponsors. Couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get nothing. So I told my team, this was in, I think this was in 2018. I didn't do another event. God totally changed the whole trajectory of what I was doing. I was trying to work with adult entrepreneurs and things like
Mm-hmm.
that, but God really wanted me to work with the children. And
Mm-hmm.
I audibly heard the Lord release me, say, okay, go ahead. That year, I got almost $15,000 in funding for that one event. I ain't never did it before,
Right.
but people was just,
And here it is, all these years you've been in education,
mm-hmm,
working around kids, learning,
yep,
understanding, perceiving their behavior,
mm-hmm,
having the heart for them. And so God doesn't waste anything.
yeah,
He literally was like, if you just allow me to do what I need to do,
yeah,
I'm going to even have you in different places where people be like, oh, yeah, I know Irvon. He worked with the kid. Oh,
mm-hmm,
I know Irvon. And it sets you up for, yeah.
yeah. And I think what it was, he needed me to build another program, Shop with a Boss first, to be
Mm-hmm.
that standing ground to stand, okay, he has longevity. Because by
Yeah.
the time I produced the first um, conference that I did, the
Beyond
Beyond
con.
Con,
Mm-hmm.
I had already did Shop with a Boss for like 5, 6 years.
Right.
So now,
And was
even now,
and had
just
been very
right,
successful.
very
Right.
successful. We've done it in multiple states and
Yeah.
things like that. But even with doing it in multiple states, God had to reel me in because if I be honest, this is a very transparent moment. That was wasted money
Mm.
because the sponsors that I had, they paid for everything for me to go out of town, but I never went back. So
Mm.
there was no follow up because there was no real tangible calling for that.
Got
This
it.
has been a
Not
South
yet.
Florida, not yet. This has
Mm-hmm.
been a South Florida thing. So like last year we opened up in Orlando, which was very successful, and then we
Mm-hmm.
opened up in Miami, and last year we got our own day in the city of Hollywood. So it's like I think God was saying, if you just do this first, then and
Yeah.
and that's the important part.
It is. It's really important. I have been God has tapped me on my hand and shook my shoulders
Hmm.
to
Can
the
you show us
point.
how he shook you?
Ooh, shook me. He shook me. I done been shook so many times. I got whiplash. I just was like, 2025 was the year where God was like, I'm gonna teach you that you don't control nothing.
Hmm.
and he'll teach you if you let him. And he taught me, and so now I am so like, okay, what? All right, we could do that. Okay, all right, let's go. Because I don't want to move too far ahead of him, and I don't want to move behind him. I want to be in pace with him because
Right.
when I am, man, not only do I sleep better, but whatever he has for me,
I
I
eat
get.
better.
I
I
eat
live
better.
better.
I sleep better. I smile. I laugh. It's those moments where I was trying to do more and move ahead. There was those moments where I was like, I'm not doing nothing, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
moving too slow, where it cost me greatly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have time to. I don't have time. I don't have year. I got, I don't have a bunch of years to waste. I look back even on my marriage, not to me, but when I got married, yeah, we didn't seek the Lord enough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it cost me greatly. I think about some decisions that I've made, like, girl, if you would have just
Mm-hmm.
sought the Lord a little bit more, because He answers.
That's what the song says.
That's what
I
the
sought
song,
the Lord.
they say He answers. If I would have sought Him more, man, I'm telling you, even last year, oh, you should have prayed about that one
Mm-hmm.
before you said you like that person.
Mm-hmm.
Child, please. So it costs you so much, and it's just like, it sometimes it just don't be worth it. The cost is too much.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So before we end, I want to just,
Aw.
I know we've been talking for a long time, just, and everything. So what is some advice you would give to someone who just wants to focus and who sometimes they can feel like they're in church a lot, but they want to create like that balance? What would you say to
Yes,
someone?
because I'm a girl of balance.
Yes,
Yes, I'm
yes.
your fine friend. I'm your
Uh-huh.
fine friend who loves the Lord and be at church. However, there has to be balance. And what that means is first get to know who you are in
Yeah.
Christ, because creating balance and not knowing who you are in Christ, the world will pull you too far away. So you need to know your anchor. You need to know your non-negotiables. You need to know what places you will not go, what friends you will not have. And then once you know that, then really understand that it's okay to enjoy life,
Right.
because God said that Jesus said, I come so that you can have life and life more abundantly
Yes, he did.
here on earth. We don't have to wait until we get to heaven to have life. And so live this life. We only have one. Go to dinner, put on some pretty clothes,
Mm-hmm.
have fun, go out of town, go to a concert,
Yeah.
laugh.
We was at a
Like,
concert together.
yes,
Uh-huh.
we know how to
We-
like laugh, have fun. Because life is short, and it doesn't mean that you're going to hell if you go see Usher and Chris Brown.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Been looking at tickets.
Exactly. But again, if you don't know who you are first, then you will sway
Yeah.
all over the place. And so it's important to know who you are, whose you are, and then just enjoy life. Life is short. Have fun. I want Christians to laugh more.
Yeah.
We don't be laughing.
We don't be laughing. I be laughing.
Yeah, we
I'm
laughing.
gonna laugh.
When we was at Top Golf, we was
Yes, we
laughing.
did. Listen, I am so grateful to have had you here for our second episode. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Go and follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, at the Irvon Plummer Show. You can follow Miss Victoria T.
T.
Curry on all social medias. It's Victoria T. Curry, right?
It is Victoria T. My middle name is Tawana. Y'all talk to my daddy about that. And so instead of me saying Tawana, it's T-E-E, Victoria T. Curry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, listen. This was the Irvon Plummer Show, and I'll catch y'all next time, all right?